Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. I don't know if you've noticed, the messy fairy came to visit in the night. A lot. Bearing in mind, I washed up before going to bed. The messy fairy descended. The messy fairy needs to get her act together because I don't like coming down to it. Morning! That's me moaning first thing. Typical autumnal morning, you know, blue sky, flipping freezing. It is Monday. I will be starting work very shortly with the big kids, take them to school, and then the day is mine until school pick up later. So I'm going to make a cup of tea, deal with this, and I'll come back to you. And as if by magic, the Pippa fairy came along, put the dishes away and washed up everything else. I'm going to make 2 more loaves of bread because, as you can see, this has already been demolished. I'm going to use this one that's not as out of date but is out of date for the normal loaf, and the one that is more out of date I'm going to use Marmite in it, make a Marmite loaf, and hopefully that will rise a bit more. Where's my rubber gloves? Where's my rubber gloves? Oh, there it is. Is it the right hand? Yes. It is the right hand. So, time to clean the bathroom, or at least give it a bit of a flick round, because I did in fact clean it over the weekend as well, but you know, it gets dirty very quickly. So I'm going to do that now. Give everything a good scrub and a good squirt. I'm thinking of doing a live stream later, like maybe in an hour with a cup of tea. I'm going to try and make this a regular sort of Monday and Friday, or Monday or Friday morning thing. I appreciate a lot of people might be at work, but those of you that are around could come join me. I've got to go clean this toilet. I'll be back soon. Bathroom's had a scrub. That's that job off the list. I'm going to hoover though, because I don't know if you can see, there's lots of little bits everywhere. So I'm going to do that next. Bathroom's cleaned, floor's washed, hoovered upstairs and downstairs. I've realised I haven't had any breakfast, so I'm going to have some breakfast, and I think then I'll do a live stream before it gets too late in the day. Okie dokie. Just done a live stream, which was cool, and now I'm going to go for a little walk, get a bit of fresh air, because it's currently sunny, and at this time of year you never know whether it's going to stay sunny or if it's going to suddenly chuck it down. So I'm going to go and get a little bit of fresh air and then sit down with paperwork. Not going to be a very long walk, just a pootle around the village. I enjoyed that walk, but I've decided to go and see if I can get in at the garage, not because I need fuel, so I don't need to queue up at the pumps or anything. But I want to give Spog a wash because he hasn't had a wash for a few weeks. He's got an awful lot of dead bugs stuck to his windscreen from when I went to Norfolk to see the seals. And obviously I'm going to be driving him a reasonable distance on Friday, so I'd like him to be clean. And also I wanted him to be clean-ish for adding some additional Halloween-ness to him, which I want to do before Halloween. I don't want to just do it, you know, on Halloween. I want to do it a couple of weeks before Halloween. So I want to spookify him. Even if he just ends up sitting in the street, I think it'd be cool for the kids to see him a bit spooky as people walk past. So I've got one token for the car wash, which I didn't use. So I'm going to take that with me. I've got some money, I've got a mask. So I'm just going to zoom off to the petrol station now, and hopefully I can get into where the car wash is. That's a bonus. I've just gone through my pot of money where I keep like money for my parking, and I sometimes put spare tokens if I've not used them all at the car wash. I've got 4 tokens there, which is enough to do the van. So I'll go wash the van for free. That wasn't quite as prepaid as I'd hoped, because 2 of those tokens had a different, slightly different groove on them. So maybe they're for the Hoover at the garage, maybe. I did get some eggs though, because we're virtually out of eggs, and Kenzie has cooking tomorrow or Wednesday, and I like eating eggs. And Brenton had an omelette yesterday, and Lee likes omelette. So I figured we best get some. So I picked some nice free-range eggs up from the garage while I was there. Now, I think probably the next thing I should do, just move my egg skilter back over here. I think I should probably make 2 loaves of bread, 1 Marmite, 1 normal. Oh, I can only do 1 at a time. Only do 1 at a time, because I've only got 1 loaf tin. This was one of Kenzie's presents from Brendan for Christmas, because Kenzie likes baking and we didn't have a loaf tin, so he bought it him for Christmas 2 years ago, I think it was. Right, yes. I'll make the Marmite bread first, and then I'll make the normal bread afterwards. Many invoices. And then I need to buy the oh, look, I set my hands from doing the car wash. I should probably not be eating and probably wash my hands. Yeah, I tried to buy the trousers from Sainsbury. They had the stars on to go with the star top pyjamas that I bought, but they didn't have the bottoms in my size. And they do have them in my size, but when I went on to order them yesterday, the site crashed and said there was problems with the site. So I'm going to try again when I've got my laptop out. I'm going to make bread. That's the Marmite loaf, and I'm going to put that onto the rack here so that can cool off. I'm going to offer you guys some codes here. Here's the first code. You can get 2 free boxes. Second code, it's only on your first order. And next code, it's first come first served with these codes. You must be within the UK. I think it excludes the Scottish Highlands and probably Jersey, Guernsey, that kind of thing. So yeah, those are my codes. There's 3 opportunities there to get 2 free boxes with HelloFresh, and there's HelloFresh. So if you want to give that a go, it's first come first served on those QR codes. If they don't work, it means someone's already used it. Enjoy a couple of meals on me. You're welcome. I've completed my invoices. So ready to get paid. And I've completed my tax return. And I just need to remember to pay my tax bill before the end of January. And I don't have a new diary. So what I might do is order a new diary. And then I can put it in and make sure that I pay it. If it's in the diary, I'll remember. Actually, what I might do is stick it into my phone online diary, my Google diary, because that'll come up and remind me if I do it a couple of days before it's due. Yeah, I had this funny feeling I might have already done my tax return. Then I was like, oh, I don't know if I have. And I hate doing it because there's just all these, do you have this deductible allowance? Have you done anything that involves avoidance schemes, tax avoidance schemes? I'm like, sounds really dodgy, but it must be legal. I'm like, no. I just want to give you the figure that I earn. I just want to give you the figure of my expenditure, and then I just want to know what I owe. Okay. There's nothing else. Just put it in, take it out. It's just, oh, it just baffles me. Straightforward. And I'm always worried I'm doing it wrong. Always worried that I'm going to inadvertently send myself to jail. I mean, I don't think they're going to come after a childminder that earns like less than 20 grand a year. I don't think they're going to. But you know when you're just like, what if I've pressed the wrong button? Oh, I've missed something. And so it just worries me. But put it in, hope for the best. Okay, so that's invoices done, tax done, the loaf of bread finished. It looks like it's going to chuck it down. The blue sky's gone, so I think we'll be coming straight back here and not going to the park today. I want to make another loaf of bread, a normal one, not a Marmite one this time. Because you don't always want Marmite in your bread, do you? So you want an option of Marmite or non-Marmite. And then I need to look in the freezer and see what I'm going to do Kenzie for dinner tonight. I think it's going to be roast potatoes, chicken Kievs, or something similar. And I've got a rice meal in there, a chicken Thai green curry rice meal. And Lee's got a packet of kebab meat, frozen kebab meat, like doner meat. So he needs to use that up this week. I'll mention it to him and he can cook that up and use it with something. Let's get this freezer emptied before Monday. We'll definitely do it. We'll get through all that food, no problem. And we've got dried tropical fruit mix in there as well, like smoothie mix, but I don't use it for smoothies. We put it in bowls and we snack on it like sweeties, because they're like frozen berries and they're really tasty. So we have them as like sweeties. So I'll sit and have some of those later when I get peckish. Right, school alarm has just gone off, so I need to think about getting myself ready to go and do the school run. Huge Holland and Barrett delivery. These are Kenzie's kombucha drinks. These help with his gut bacteria, which we worked out the gut bacteria or the gut issues he was having were what were causing his eczema to be so bad. So we just every now and then top him up with some good stuff. So he's got a few of those drinks. Both my boys love the dried mango, although these look a bit harder than the usual stuff we get. And then loads and loads of dried fruit. Lee likes those, so I bought those for him, banana chips. But I've got loads of dried fruit for the flapjacks that we make. I just need honey. Yeah. And there is no honey because the only honey they do is a really expensive, you know, the Mancuna honey or whatever it's called. You know, the stuff that I mean, it's really pricey and I wasn't buying that for flapjacks. That's the shell of the pigeon or the dove, maybe? Up there somewhere. You going to do some colouring in? Yeah. Okay, pop your shoes in the box and your coat in the box. Do you need to go wash your hands if you've just eaten on your face? Okay. Thanks, love.
Yeah. I'll use a rainbow.
Wow, she's going to have an awesome crown. Oh, yeah, I like that. And what are you drawing teeth, Christopher, on your crocodile?
Red and yellow.
Is that because he's eaten somebody? Yum, 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 yum.
That's because he's got blood on.
Ooh. Orange eyes. He's got spooky eyes.
Yeah. It's going to be rainbow goat.
A rainbow. I think it's a cow, love. I think it's a cow.
It is a cow.
Oh, you could always draw a goat in the field as well if you wanted to. But I like the idea of a rainbow cow. That's a really good idea. Hi. How do you feel? Your arm hurts. Which arm did they put it in? That one. How was the flu snort?
I tasted it.
You tasted it.
Yeah, they put it right in my nose and squeezed it on both of them.
Mm.
And it kind of go into the back of my throat and it tasted sweet. But it was
You. So you're all COVID jabbed and flu
That's my second
thinged.
jab now.
You don't get a second jab. You only get one.
Why?
Because you're not old enough for 2 jabs. What's that on your arm?
Huh?
What's this? Is this to say you've been jabbed?
This is the colour.
For colour?
I've been stabbed.
I've been stabbed. Is this so that they knew? Because did you have to sit for 10 minutes before you could?
15 minutes.
15 minutes before you could go off.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's you done then.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hopefully you won't feel too rubbish. A lot of people don't feel too bad after the Pfizer.
Yeah. I have the flu one, which makes people feel well.
Well, hopefully you'll be all right. We'll see. I'm going to do you some dinner. You hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go and have a shower and I'll sort your dinner then?
Mhm.
Okay. Finished work and I have just shoved some food down my throat. But we have a slight change of plan to the evening. My sister has fallen over, as in Georgia, my youngest sister, has fallen over going into the house and we think she's broken her wrist. So Kenzie and I are going to whiz off now to go and pick Jasper and the dog up and bring them back here because I imagine it's going to be a long wait for A&E. And then from my experience with the boys and what have you, they put temporary cast on if it's broken and then you end up having to go back the next morning for the fracture clinic anyway. So he may as well just be here and then they're going to be worrying about the dog, so the dog may as well be here too. And then they don't have anything to worry about apart from lack of sleep. So I'm just waiting for Kenzie to throw some clothes on because he was in his PJs and we'll head off. Hello, 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 hello. Right. Going to help me with the washing, Tico. Let's put Jasper's clothes in there as well because I've got a load that needs to go on. Oops. Oh, his Pokemon pants are escaping. Okay. It's about 7 o'clock. Very nearly 7 o'clock. Jasper's having a bath and then it will be story time and bed for him. Tico is wandering around. Georgia and Heather will keep us posted on what's going on with Georgia's arm, or this arm. She fell over. She said it wasn't in the house, it was coming in the garden. She tried to step over the tortoise run and tripped, caught her foot on it, and all her weight fell on her wrist. So fingers crossed it's not broken, but we're going with if it is broken, then at least, you know, we don't have to worry about them having to go up to fracture clinic in the morning, which is what will happen if it's broken. They'll get sent home and then have to go back in again in the morning. This way Jasper's here and the dog's here and it's just going to make life easier for everybody. So yes, fingers crossed there's no breakages. It's kind of thrown me for a spin. I think I should just say goodbye. So thanks for watching, you lovely lot. I'll see you tomorrow.